Well, hello, hello, hello. My name is Angela Odom, and I am so excited to be with you again today. I am the founder of the Better You project, the brand itself, and the host of the Better You Leadership podcast. And today's topic is really good, I think. I think it is good to show examples of um, success, good to show examples of success. So today we will talk about two examples of how to encourage, coach, and support others towards being more independent. That's what we'll talk about today. Before we even start that, I wanted to just make sure that you go ahead and get your copy of Gollum's Magical Gamers. It is my recently published children's book, first children's book. Also, I published a book called Bronco Strong. And so, if you go to Amazon, put in Angela M. Odom, and then the podcast will come up, and also Gollum's Magical Gamers, the book itself, and it's available in the um, the print version. It's available in the ebook and also audiobook. And I do have the animated video of that. And I want to mention this to you because last week I was participating in a 5K race. I wasn't running. I wasn't running or walking. I was actually on water station number three. Water station number three. And when I was there, um, was volunteering and somebody else was volunteering. And, when she was about to, something about my truck, open the door and some books came out. And so we started the discussion and she said, oh, by the way, I volunteer with this other organization and we provide books to underserved children. And so would it be possible for me to get some copies of your book so that we can gift them to the children? And of course, my answer was yes. But I want to make sure you also have that opportunity. Gollum's Magical Gamers is about communication and teamwork, and so it would make a good gift. And so we're going into all of this. I want to go back to our purpose. Our focus today is to look at two examples of how to encourage, coach, and support others towards being more independent. Sometimes we believe we are helping someone, and we are not. We are setting them up for failure because they are dependent on us for certain things, right? Sometimes we are setting people up for failure. So one thing I want to share with you is I have two Chihuahuas. The little teeny dogs. I have two of them. I should say we have two of them, um, and we have these puppies. And one of them on any given day is more confident and playful than the other. They're brothers and sisters. They're 8 months old, and sometimes we don't realize we wake up every day with a choice and a chance. And sometimes we're choosing to build somebody else's empire because we're putting so much time and energy into lifting them up or propping them up. Or sometimes it's our ego. We want to say, oh, we've helped someone, or we've done this for someone. And so for my Chihuahuas, a few days ago, I blocked the pathway into our garage with a few empty storage containers. I just stacked them up, and so that they're so little, so that they could not get by because they were running all over the garage, and it was just too much. So I blocked away, and then I think it was yesterday or the day before. Their names are Sam and Sally. Sally, Sallie, not the Y, right? So the other couple of days ago, I thought I'd blocked away and blocked their pathway, and Sally, the girl dog, was out in the garage living her best life, right? She was living her best life in the garage, biting stuff, getting all around everything. And meanwhile, Sam, the boy dog, well, he was still where I left him. And so this morning, I decided to give Sam some encouragement in hopes that he would overcome what he believed was an obstacle. See, what I could have done was simply move the other container out of the way. But seeing that one of the little teeny dogs had gotten over the barrier, the obstacle, then I thought, okay, well, let me encourage the other one to do it, Sam and Sally, right? And so I just encouraged the puppy to come, Sam, you can do it. Let's go. While Sally, the girl dog, was jumping all up and wanted me to pick her up. I think she was taunting him, right? But anyway, the bottom line was after about probably 3 or 4 minutes and lots of encouragement, Sam, the boy dog, was able to negotiate the obstacle. And so, why am I telling you? I'm telling you this because I want you to shift your perspective as you journey towards achieving that which you think might be big or small. So, we're not looking for perfection, we're looking for progress on your end. And then, guess what? So, the person who you have been dependent on to move something out of your way, or to lift you up, to prop you up, or to make you feel good about yourself, then at some point that weighs heavy on them because now they're focused their energy, their efforts, their resources on building you up, supporting you, propping you up, which means that their eye is no longer on their goal, right? That's what that means. So that is example number one of how to encourage, coach, and support others towards becoming more independent. So now both of my two Chihuahuas are able to negotiate a fairly big storage container. So now I got to stack another one, or I've got to find a new plan. But the bottom line is when they encounter other obstacles, then they might be more confident in knowing that they can do it. So the second example, good morning from Kentucky. I see you. The second example is my son. I have a 16-year-old son. He's talented, he's handsome, creative, kind, and he's healthy. So last week he told me that he didn't do 2 classroom assignments. He said because he wasn't familiar with the format his teacher prescribed. He told me he just wrote in the format he was comfortable with and familiar with. And see, what he was doing was he was preparing me because preparing me to see a dip in his grades in that particular class. Because I'll check random checks on assignments, attendance, all those things. And because let me just step back for a second. That what we check is what gets done. What we check is what people will do. When you're in a team environment, you have teamwork, teammates. Then if you don't check, if you don't ask questions, if you don't show interest, you don't provide guidance, if you don't follow up, then I will guarantee you that over time, that particular task will not be done to your standard, right? I'm going to tell you that. So make sure you check that thing that you say is important. Anyway, so I believe grades are important. And so when my son was in middle school, I really maintained a pretty good connection with his teachers. I went up to the school frequently for whatever events. I was involved in lots of activities. And when on occasion my son was not performing in an excellent manner, then I would intervene. I would ask questions. I would seek clarification. I'd find out if there's anything that could be done, all these things. And I look at it now and I'm like, whoa, that was crazy. My son won the spelling bee, participated in the science fair at the state level. So he is more than capable of achieving, greatness. So what am I telling you? I'm telling you that the problem I began to notice was because I consistently intervened. I just realized that I was setting him up for failure. I was thinking, what's this going to look like at college? I got to come and talk to his professors? No, thank you. So I was really cheating my son out of learning how to have difficult conversations, uncomfortable conversations, how to ask for help, how to speak up for himself, right? So what did I do? He's in 11th grade, so I think it was actually ninth grade. I just started stepping back and I began to push him forward and I began to encourage him, to coach him, and support him through advocating for himself. Now, I would tell you that this is similar to what you might do inside of your work space, inside of your social engagements. You want to make sure you are not crippling people. You're not hindering them from succeeding because you want to feel good about you. It's not about you, right? And so my ask is for him. Yesterday, I asked him for an update on his grades, on his assignments. He told me he still didn't know how to complete the assignments using the format the teacher prescribed. So he basically made an excuse, right? I told him that um, he could be introverted, he could be embarrassed, he could be frustrated and upset, he could be scared, he could be confused, and still ask for help, and still ask for support, and still ask for clarification from his teacher. I told him that every day he has a choice and a chance. I made it clear that I would not be intervening. I would not be talking to his teacher about that. I would not be getting more clarification. And not that he was asking me to, I just wanted to make it clear, right? I wanted to make it clear for myself too. And so this morning, he sent me a text of his shoes, like a picture of his shoes. He was standing outside of the classroom. He arrived early and was waiting for the teacher to open the door so he could shoot his shot, so he could ask for clarification, so he could tremble in his boots, so he could be embarrassed, so he could move forward. We're not seeking perfection, we're seeking progress, right? Progress. So now what? So my son will gain confidence in advocating for himself, just like them little chihuahuas. My chihuahua named Sam. Now he'll fail and he'll try, and ultimately, he and the puppies will make progress. And what does that do? That's going to free up my time to do some of the things I choose to do. Each day we have a chance and a choice. And so, really, what does this have to do with leadership? Right? This is a Better You Leadership podcast. What does these two examples have to do with leadership? Think about it. Once you can train your team to perform in a manner that that is trustworthy, that is the way you want it, the way it is necessary to to progress in your job, then you can delegate. And when you can delegate, more of us win. It frees you up to focus on another area. It breeds confidence in your teammates. And for the most part, the completed tasks become the norm, right? So we want to teach people and dogs how to fish, not necessarily catch the fish for them every day and feed them every day. And also, I believe that what this has to do with leadership, leadership is about influence and results. It's about communication, right? Effective communication, being productive. So, what this has to do with leadership is it's about productivity, it's about attendance, it's about trust, it's about support. All of this is building a team so that more can be done together. And I will tell you that nothing significant is done alone. Um, so we can all win. We can all win. I want you to embrace that concept, right? Everybody can win. So I want you to, show up for yourself first, then serve others from the overflow. Learn how to do that. Learn how to do that. Learn how to do that. Show up for yourself first, and then serve others from the other flow, from the overflow. Otherwise, you are always helping someone else build their empire, and yours is like not an empire, right? So your goals are laying waste. One of the things I also want you to understand, clearly understand, that every day we have a chance and a choice. Every single day we have a chance and a choice all throughout the day. And so you want to be able to encourage someone, to coach them, to support them. And then, oh, by the way, you want to have someone to encourage, coach, and support you also, right? And so that's where we are. So good. Um, Tell me what you think about my examples, by the way, of the Chihuahuas and my son. Um, and so, what I wanted to share with you is the opportunity to work with me on my Become a Better Leader in 100 Days. I have a private coaching program, and you can make sure you just sign up at angelaodom.as.me/leadership capacity. And we'll set up a time for you and I to meet virtually. It'll be on Zoom, and we can discuss the program further. This has Become a Better Leader in 100 Days. You would set up a time, go to my scheduler, basically the virtual scheduler, and you would determine, we'll both determine whether we are a good fit to work together, and we'll move from there. So with that said, make sure, if you don't already have your copies of Gollum's Magical Gamers, that you go on Amazon and get your copies. They make perfect gifts. And oh, by the way, the illustrations are really, really good. I say that. I say that because it's true. Okay. With that said, you all have an amazing day. Again, my name is Angela M. Odom, and I'm the host of the Better You Leadership podcast, where we're on iTunes and all the places you listen to podcasts. Make sure you share this post, this video with others, and go ahead and subscribe to the podcast. I'm also the founder of the Better You Project, the brand itself. I teach women how to lead themselves and others and how to manage processes. Take care, and just know that I am rooting for you.